Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Your Mark on the World show. I'm so excited. We have Suchita Guntakatta, who is the Deputy Director, Strategy Planning and Management for the Global Development Polio Team at the Gates Foundation. She's a big deal in the world of fighting polio, so stick around. You don't want to miss this episode.
Welcome to the Your Mark on the World show with your champion of social good, Devin D. Thorpe.
This episode is made possible via the support of our sponsors, including Johnson & Johnson's Caring Crowd. Suchita, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Devin.
This is our second take because I screwed up. But Suchita, thank you very much for your patience with me. Fighting polio it's a big deal. And it's a decades-long battle. You've been at it since 2009. How does it feel to be where we are now?
Yeah, I think it's a really exciting time and just such a great opportunity for all of us, for the global community, because we are close. We have been at this for a few decades now, and we've got to get the job done. It's important, and I think we can do it. So it's important to continue.
Well, you and Bill and Melinda have put up about $1 billion for this project so far.
Just to be clear, it's Bill and Melinda.
Oh.
Yes.
But it's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money, and we started working with Rotary International back in 2007. And our very first grant with Rotary was for $100 million. And since then, we're probably a little over $3 billion.
$3 billion.
In our fight to end polio. So it's been a great relationship with Rotary International.
Yeah.
And like I said, given that we've invested over $3 billion, we're not going to stop now. We have to get to the end.
Now, some of that money comes to Rotary as a match.
Yes.
Some of that money goes to other places as well, right?
Correct, yeah. So the Global Polio Eradication Initiative is made up of 5 partners. Mm-hmm. So it's Rotary International, the Gates Foundation, WHO, UNICEF, and CDC, US CDC. And a lot of the money that we give does go to WHO and UNICEF as the implementing partners on the ground. Mm-hmm. And all of the 5 core partners have, really been, I think, at it from the beginning and committed to seeing it to the end.
Well, this is such important work, but at the same time, it feels daunting to people. I hear it all the time. And I wish that I didn't. I wish I had a better answer for people who come to me and say, we've been at this too long, we'll never get it done, let's give up, let's move on, there are bigger fish to fry, the problem will get solved on its own. How do you answer all that drumbeat of naysaying here at the end?
Yeah, and it's difficult, and I think it's difficult for the people on the ground, the frontline workers that do this day in and day out. And they've been working at it for a very long time. I'm relatively new to the polio eradication fight. A lot of my colleagues that I work with have been at it for decades. So I think it's important to remind people that, it's only the second human disease that we will be eliminating. So this is a really complex, problem we're trying to solve, not an easy one. And it takes time and effort. And also in a lot of the places that we're in, it's difficult areas. We've managed to eliminate polio in almost all areas except 3. So we've got Nigeria, Pakistan, and Afghanistan left. And these are not easy places to reach missed kids. And it's important to continue to vaccinate every child with the oral polio vaccine.
What are we learning from polio eradication, which really, despite my focus on the fact that we're not finished yet, really should be considered a huge success? What do we learn from that we can apply to other diseases, other global health issues, other big world problems that aren't necessarily even health related?
Yeah, and I don't have a global health background, so it's really interesting for me to come into this effort and see how the global health community is working on this issue. And there's so many things to learn from this partnership that we've built. And how does the global health community come together on solving one problem and in difficult areas? So I think there are lots of lessons from the polio program. I think one really important one is it is really critical to have country ownership of what's happening with the vaccination programs, with whatever health initiatives are happening in a country. I think government leadership is important, and partners that are there in country working closely with country governments. And that's been really key for polio. And it's really important for other health initiatives as well. And also there have been some tremendous, I think, just partnerships, not just at a global level, but at the community level. Community leaders, and really getting even frontline workers and the vaccinators from the community, working on their specific areas or the health issues are really important because they'll care the most about making sure that their kids are vaccinated, and also making sure that we have female vaccinators in a lot of areas where it's hard for male vaccinators to go in and do house-to-house campaigns and go into a house. And so really understanding what the local community cultural needs and all of those things I think are important. And the polio program has had to look at all of those issues and come up with solutions. So lots of, I think, good lessons.
Yeah. You're a super capable individual. The Gates Foundation doesn't choose people casually.
Thank you.
You could be doing anything. And you said you didn't have a global health background. What drew you to polio?
I think one of the biggest things, like I said, for me is that this is just a tremendous opportunity for us to eradicate a disease. And I think that call is a difficult one to ignore. I think that's one that we are really close and we have to do it. And I feel that the people that are working on this program are tremendous leaders, but we talked earlier about the director of polio at the Gates Foundation, Dr. Jay Wenger, and it's people like that that have spent a lot of time in the polio program. So have been wonderful just mentors and leaders, and a lot that I can learn from. So hard to walk away from all of that.
Yeah. What's your superpower?
Probably problem solver. I really enjoy trying to figure out, what we can do collectively, and even me as an individual to fix a particular issue or a problem, and really enjoy that. So I'd say problem solving.
Fantastic. Well, Suchita, it's been an honor to have you here. If you wanted to direct someone to learn more about your work, where on the internet would you point them?
So I would say go to the polioeradication.org website. That is the Global Polio Eradication Initiative website. and all of the 5 core partners that I mentioned earlier. All of the work that we do is on that website.
Fantastic. Well, Suchita, thank you so much for taking the time to be with us today. We wish you every success in the great work that you're doing.
Thank you so much, Devin.
All
Good to
right.
be here.
Let's do some good.
At Caring Crowd, we believe everyone has the power to make a difference. Through our crowdfunding platform for community health, we empower passionate people to drive real change. Whether you work for a nonprofit organization, volunteer, or want to get involved for the first time, you can post a campaign on Caring Crowd. Join us, because caring is where change begins.
Thank you for listening. Devin Thorpe's mission is to end extreme poverty, improve global health, and mitigate climate change before 2045 by finding and sharing the stories of those who are doing the most good. You can join with other listeners to accelerate Devin's mission by visiting helpdevin.org right now.